series last night. They were up 2 in the closing seconds, and the Raptors chose not to foul. Instead, they trapped Steph Curry and almost got the steal. But Andre Iguodala hit a wide-open three-pointer to seal the win. After the game, Steph had an issue with the Raptors' D on the play. Take a listen.
The whole fourth quarter, they were playing some janky defense, just trying to send bodies to me everywhere. Our whole roster just took advantage of it. Over the course of the game, that's kind of disrespectful to leave Andre Iguodala open like that. You know, with the game on the line, he's made big shots like that before. He got it done tonight.
Janky D. Shannon, what you make of that one?
Skip, it's not disrespectful. They're scrambling around for loose ball. Skip, we've seen the quarterback. All of a sudden, you know, he's scrambling around, he's running around, and all of a sudden there's a receiver wide open. Man, how y'all leave him open? That wasn't the plan. You see a broken play. This was a broken play. So I just want to make sure I'm hearing Steph Curry correctly. They drew this up. Says what's going to happen? They're going to send bodies. I'm going to get trapped. Throw the ball half court. They're going to almost steal it. Kawhi's going to almost steal it from you, Livingston. You're going to fake like you're going to look at me and then do a no-look to Iggy in the corner. Nobody's going to be there because they did being disrespectful and let him shoot a wide-open three. That's not how it happens. Guys get out of position, Skip, when you're trying to go for a steal. Because it looks to me they've made up their mind. Nick Nurse told them not to foul because they could have gotten the foul a lot quicker. So they're going to say, we're going to play the shot clock. We're going to get an opportunity to get the ball. He'll miss. Why would you not leave Iggy open? Because up until that point, you know what he was in this series? He was 1 for 14 in his last three-point attempts. Going back to the Portland and this. 1 for 14.
Yep.
And even that shot that he got, Skip, he got it because guys are scrambling for the ball, got out of position, and when you get out of position, someone's going to be wide open. And it happened to be Iggy. Would you have preferred it to be Steph? Would you have preferred it to be KD if KD was there? Or Clay? All things being equal, considering who was out there, okay, let Iggy or Draymond take that shot. Hell, I let Boogie take it. But obviously you don't want Steph or Clay. Clay is injured at that point. So basically the only guy that you do not, under no circumstances, taking that shot is Steph Curry. So I don't believe it was disrespectful. I believe they got out of position, scrambling, trying to get a steal. And when you scramble, you get out of position, someone's going to be wide open. It happened to be Iggy. To his credit, he knocked it down.
I am with you on this one. The Raptors were not disrespecting Iguodala. They were respecting Steph Curry. As simple as that. That's it.
Yes.
And I give Nick Nurse high marks for resorting on the fly out of desperation to the box and one that you rarely see. I've seen Popovich do it occasionally. But box and one, for those who don't know, you got 4 guys just playing a zone, and one guy's chasing Steph.
Right.
It's Van Vliet, and he's just chasing him everywhere.
Right.
And everybody else is helping to try to trap Steph. They didn't look like they're playing box and one on the last possession, but they were definitely trying to trap Steph Curry.
They trapped him, and he almost threw a ball away.
He almost threw a ball away. Now, I understood Nick Nurse to say, and I listened to the whole postgame, that he did tell them, if you have an obvious foul on anybody but Steph, go ahead and take it, because he detailed the breakdown. His coaching manual tells him if it's 28 seconds or more, you don't foul, but if it's under 27.9 or less, you got to think about fouling, except you don't want to foul Steph Curry because he's going to make both of them.
Yeah, he's 94%.
Okay, so you don't want to do that. But there was 26.9 seconds remaining when Danny Green made that huge three.
Right.
So it's under his cutoff point, so it's a foul situation, right?
Well, in that scenario, Skip, as soon as somebody gets the ball, you go ahead and foul them then.
Okay, so who had the ball first, way out high? Draymond does.
Yes, foul him now.
Okay, foul him now. Danny Green is on him, and maybe he was still in the clouds from the three, and he just wasn't thinking about what he was supposed to do. But Draymond is a 71% regular season foul shooter, 74% in the playoffs. But would you like your chances of him missing one? Because you need him to miss one and keep it at 3, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, I would probably like my chances. I'd take the risk on that.
So would I.
Okay, so that's your first shot, and Danny Green just stands there and doesn't even attack him. He just lets him dribble the ball and then pass it to Steph. And then here comes the trap. So then Steph careens out of the trap, and he loses a little bit of balance, and he flips up the 50-50 ball toward Sean Livingston. And once number 2 tries and fails to intercept, Now it's up to somebody else. You have a split second where somebody could have tried to jump on Sean Livingston before he kicked it out.
Right.
Because you could put him on the line, though he's better. He's 79% regular season, 82% postseason. But still, it's Sean Livingston. It's more in the George Hill mold where you might put him on the line because George Hill's not been there and done that before, right?
I would have taken my chance with Draymond.
Okay, but I would probably take my chances with Sean Livingston, but it's going to be a hard foul because he didn't have the ball but for a split second.
Right.
You'd have to be all over him, and Van Vliet had a chance. Now you kick it to Iggy.
Or Kawhi going for the steal, doesn't get it. Now
you'd have to just pivot quickly and grab.
Right.
Okay? Maybe, but again, so he said we had two people we could have fouled. Now it goes to Iggy. Would you try to run at Iggy and foul him? Well, he just wide open because you double Steph.
Right.
So there's nobody, because you chose to leave him open. It's not disrespectful.
Right.
It's just we don't want Steph making some crazy shot.
Correct.
Or if you let Steph dribble the clock down and just throw it up and hit the rim, if it hits the rim, the game's over. Right?
Yeah.
Okay? So you don't want that either. So now it's to Iguodala, and again, he shot it too quickly. He was going to leave, I don't know, 5 seconds on the clock, right? 5.9. It's 7 seconds left when he sizes it up. And he's been there and done all that. And he even sized it up and actually pumped once, to try to set himself.
Right.
And then nobody arcs threes higher than Iguodala does, which gives you a better chance of making them. But boy, he can go real cold, as you just pointed out. But if it's the kill shot, if it's the dagger, I give him a high shot of making that shot. And he made that shot, and it blows up whatever strategy there is, because your only other hope was to foul Draymond. That's option number one, foul Draymond.
And the thing is, when you look at it, Skip, Steph Curry said the janky defense and it's disrespectful. Clearly the defense wasn't disrespectful, because after Bogey got that tip in, they went 5:39. From the 5:39 to the 7 second to 5.9 second mark, they didn't score a point.
It worked.
So it worked. It
worked
wasn't
hugely.
It wasn't disrespectful.
It might have worked the way you've never seen a defense work before in all your life. This is down the stretch again. Remember, they were the #1 offensive team in basketball.
Correct.
But they don't have Clay, and they don't have KD, and they don't have,
And so when you don't have Clay, you don't have KD, who offensively are you most concerned about? Well, let's take that away, because if Steph goes off, Skip, everybody's going to be looking at Nick Nurse. They got one guy that can beat you. He's a 2-time league MVP, and you still let him go off? Why didn't you double? Why didn't you trap him? Why didn't you get the ball out of his hands? He did that. And Skip, look, if I take away your option A and your option B or your option C beats me, Skip, I got to live with it. I just can't let option A beat me.
Yep.
It's just like if I'm a passing team, Skip, and you take away my pass, if I take away the pass, and they run the ball down my throat, you got me. I mean, that's Tom Brady. Tom Brady was throwing for 350 yards a game over the last 7 games. We're geared up to stop his pass. Lo and behold, Sonny Michel rushed for 215 and they win. Skip, you can't stop everything.
No.
You're scrambling. You're trying to get the ball. The last thing you want is them to get a shot up or the ball go in the basket. So we're scrambling. We're trying to get the ball out of position.
Yeah.
Livingston made an unbelievable pass because he wasn't even looking at Iggy when he threw it to him.
But he could see him because it was in his sight line.
Yes.
You're just standing there wide open.
Then when Steph cuts hard through, you see it, because they had Livingston and they had Draymond on the other side, and Steph cuts hard to the basket.
Okay.
So everybody slumps back on Steph. So Boogie was wide open also.
Yep. Which is why Nick Nurse said, let me run the same defense 10 times and see how many times they beat us. Like he's saying the odds were with them.
Yes.
And if I told you that Andre Iguodala is a 33% career three-point shooter, what odds would you give him to make that shot?
Exactly.
Well, wouldn't you live with it? If you're Nick Nurse, you'd say, okay, shoot it with 5 seconds or 7 seconds
And
left,
considering that he had his last 15 three-point attempts, he was 14. He was 1 of 14.
Okay, 1 of 14.
So what?
Okay, so if it clangs and you get the rebound and you call timeout, you're good.
You feeling good about
shape.
yourself.
Oh, you got to get, because you're only down 2.
Yes.
Okay? It didn't clang. It ripped.
If anybody else, you can live with Iggy shooting that shot. You can live with Draymond. You can live with Boogie Cousins. The 3 guys on that roster you don't want taking a 3 at any given time is Clay, Steph, and KD. 2 of those 3 were out injured. So the only other guy that you're really, really concerned about taking a three-point shot was Steph. Okay, he didn't take it. Give Iggy credit for that moment, stepping up and hitting it. Okay.
I think 95% of all other coaches would have made the same
I think
choice.
you're right.
Except in game one, what was Iggy from the three? 0 for.
He was 0 for 4.
So was that disrespectful to him? That they left Iggy open all those times?
Steph's just protecting a teammate. It's okay.
I get it.
Yeah.
So the question now is, did the Raptors blow their chance to win this series last night? Chris Broussard joins us to answer that question up next.